Hey everybody, welcome back to that Flight Sim channel. This is Captain Flacco speaking. Behind the camera we got Captain Gonzo. And in today's video, we're going to be going over Skalarki Electronics Desktop Line. Now, for simmers like me and Captain Gonzo, and we can't fit a full simulator in our house, the desktop is the way to go. You'll see over here when we walk over here how compact everything is, and pretty much it's everything you need to get flying an Airbus A320 or A3 family at home. So let's check it out.
All right, so Captain Flacco's taking the chair here. You can see the demo outlay here, or layout, I should say. Again, looking at the throttle quadrant box, MCDU there attached. Let's get a little bit closer so you guys can appreciate the finer details. Now, right now, the desktop lineup is loaded into Flight Sim 2020 here, but the aircraft is in a powered off config. So Captain Flacco, he's going to run us through a quick power on just to show you how the components come to life here.
Alrighty guys, so if you guys seen the other videos, we already have the overhead desktop panel here. This thing is a game changer for cold and dark startups, because you have your batteries, you have your ADIRS, you have your lights. I mean, everything you need to get started here is all here. So let's go ahead and just get power on real quick. So we're going to start bat 1, bat 2, and external power on. And as you can see, everything comes to life. Everything starts lighting up with the aircraft. And we'll just mess around with some of the desktop stuff here real quick. So you can see we have our overhead integrated lights. We can turn up the brightness, turn down the brightness, just like that. We can also test all the lighting in the panel by going up to test. And you see everything comes to life here. Now, keep in mind, guys, we are at a convention center, and this is set up on a laptop. So if you see that there's some type of delay while we hit switches and stuff like that, it's because of the system. Obviously, the rig is not set up to be running all this stuff. But I'll tell you right now, at home, there is no delay when I use this in my desktop computer. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this in bright. We're going to turn on our beacon light here. We're going to get an AIRS aligning, so just like that. And you'll see the align lights come to life, which I love, absolutely love that. Terrain mode, kick that. Let's go ahead and get our pumps on. Just like that. And then what's cool of this desktop overhead panel is the only one that has actual working, functioning fire switches as well. So you can click here on the test switches, hold here, and you'll hear if you have speakers, you'll hear the audible warning, being tested as well. Yeah. Just like that. And I'm sure it's a little hard to hear while you're in here, but you can just hear all the clicking in the panel, which is amazing. It's not a cheap panel at all. So while we got that, we're gonna go ahead and get our APU started. So APU master switch is on. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit start here. Now we'll give that a couple minutes here. While we do give that a couple minutes, we can go ahead and just check out the rest of the stuff here. So you have your EFIS and your FCU all stuff here. Everything here, it's all playable, all changeable. You have your different nav sources, your ranges, ADF. What's nice also on this overhead too, or sorry, not this overhead, but the FCU and EFIS combo here that they have, is that it has the glare sheet also part of it, and it has your master cautions on the bottom as well here, so you can clear your master caution lights as well. Then you have your autopilot switches here, so you have your autopilot 1 and 2, auto throttle. You have your speed knobs, heading, your altitude. And again, this stuff, if you really think about it, this really eliminates the need of a mouse. As you can see, there is no mouse here for us to use, but you don't really need it. Everything that you need to do is all really here. Apart from, like the MCDU here, everything that you're gonna need. The only thing that I would say that we would need to add to this to really complete it would be the radial panel, which is coming soon. So stay tuned for that because that's coming out soon from them, and that's going to be, again, the game changer to complete this whole desktop line. Having that radio panel is going to be sick. So other than that, our APU should be good to go. As you can see, it's got the available light here. So we're going to turn on our APU generator. We can go ahead and disconnect the external power at this point. Everything is still lit up. We're running off the APU now. Other than that, we'll get our seatbelt signs on, no smoking. Get some more lights on, strobes, nav lights. We can leave those alone. Now, apart from that, what we're gonna do is just look at the MCDU here. I'm not gonna do a full MCDU demo here, but as you can see, this MCDU, me and Captain Gonzo, and Gonzo can chime in on this, just the quality and feel of this. And I'll let Captain Gonzo kind of go over the MCDU here, but it's just the quality and the feel of it, right, Gonzo?
Yeah, it's, we noticed it is there's virtually like no delay on it. Right there was a slight one going into the initial FMGC menu, but what I mean is like going to the flight plan. Let's go to the init here. So right now we're at Amsterdam Schiphol, and look at how instantaneous the letters are showing up on the scratch pad. So let's say EGLL, so Amsterdam to London. There we go. We can be British Airways 21, whatever. Cost index 65. And then we're going to be cruising at, I don't know, say 340. So everything is already established. But another thing that we loved about the quality of this, and keep in mind that we've already been reviewing various MCDUs from manufacturers like WinWing and WingFlex. What I happen to like about this particular MCDU is these are hard buttons, every single one of them. And I wish you guys could get your hands on this and really feel the quality, the tactile response, the clicking. You can hear every single clicking, and it is so satisfying. It feels great. It takes the input just right, exactly how it needs to. Here we are looking at the IRS init. Let's press align on ref, confirm. Let's go press next. Here's where you would set up your weights and stuff like that. Of course, we don't really have a flight plan or anything right now that we can set up for this demo. Like Captain Flacco said, they've established this hardware here and this demo just for people to interact with the switches and the buttons, not necessarily to do a flight in it. But you guys get the idea. You set up your flight plan, your init data, go to flight plan. You can select your departures just like you do in the simulator. So go to departure, whatever runway this is right now, you would select it, go throughout. But guys, overall, very great unit. And what I love about it, Flacco, is that they have this little cradle that's attached to the throttle quadrant box. And look at it. You have all you need here in one package, pretty much ready to go. And adding further to that idea of less mouse, less keyboard, more hands-on hardware. And I think that's what we all want to do at some point, right? Because obviously we're not all going to be able to get a full flight simulator shell in one of our rooms or garages or basements. This right here, the desktop line from Skalarki, really offers the next level quality. I mean, just look at the throttle quadrant here, which I know we've covered in the previous interview we did yesterday on day one of the convention. Guys, this is motorized. This is a motorized trim wheel here. You can see the backlighting along the throttle quadrant, and you can see everything, the metal feel. It really has some weight to it. This isn't just some 3D printed stuff. It is not plastic. It is all metal construction. Even the engine start switches, you actually have to pull on them to actuate them, just like the real thing. Flap lever, speed brake handle, they're all metal. They feel amazing. So all in all, I just got to tell you, Flacco, I'm very impressed with the desktop line.
Yeah, and go ahead, and I'm going to give you the camera just so you can see the kind of space it takes with me sitting next to it. So you can see, like, it's not very big in size. So you'll see, like, my legs are here. I have access to the throttle quadrant here. I have the side stick here to my left. And this is on a 24-inch monitor, just so you can kind of put together how much space this really takes. It's not a lot. You know, you got your overhead and your FCU and ethos combo here, and it's, I would say maybe not even 30 inches of width, you know? Yep. It's just goes along the size here. You have your auto brake and landing gear module here, which is amazing. Another nice little feature here that you don't really think about too much, but it just amplifies the immersion, right? So like you have to pull out, hold here for the gear, and you can hear it too. You can hear the clickiness just like in the real life world one. So overall, again, we're not trying to do a full demo on how to operate this, but it's just to give you an idea of what the desktop line it has to offer. And I don't know, man, I think this is, honestly, if you have an Airbus or if you're an Airbus fanatic and you want to simulate something at home, again, this is nothing crazy. As you can see, we're here at a convention center and I'm sitting down and I can pretty much do everything I need to do other than an radio panel, which is coming soon. And that would be it. I don't know. You have any other final thoughts on this, Gonzo?
No, I think I just want people to really...
Even the parking brake, man.
Yeah, that's a great feature that we talked about earlier.
Right.
I mean, the parking brake is such a simple detail, but it is one of the most crucially immersive ones, right? Because I hate after I'm done doing a pushback, I can have all these peripherals and everything, and I have to reach inside the cockpit with my mouse and then go,
exactly.
Got to release the parking brake. Now, we have a physical parking brake here that behaves just like the real-life counterpart. Yep. And again, they thought about it here because you can see this box. Look at how compact it is. They put everything you're going to need right off the bat. And guys, yeah.
Even the rudder trim, let them know about the rudder trim.
Yeah, the rudder trim knob is actually just like the real one. It has a return to center. So you see, you can adjust your trim units would read out here, and then it returns to center, which is phenomenal. Again, attention to detail. And Skalarki really, really take that seriously. But again, I'm going to come behind Flacco here, and I want you to look at the footprint overall of how much space this entire setup is taking. And you can see it's about from shoulder to shoulder, obviously a little bit wider with the throttle control or throttle quadrant box. But guys, it's not a lot of space. So for all of us that are flight simming from a desktop on a table or something alike, this is the solution for us. And guys, once again, once you get your hands on Skalarki products, you will not want to touch anything else. These are all very precisely machined knobs, very high quality. And guys, we promise you the quality is unbeatable.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'll pass it back to Captain Flacco for a closing statement.
Yeah, I think Captain Gonzo hit it on the nail there. It's just the quality. And it's really hard. I wish there would be somewhere for you guys to feel it without, being here. But it's just the quality, the sound, the feel of everything. These knobs, just like, for example, these knobs don't feel like they're going to come off. Like they are attached the way they're supposed to be attached. I've used other similar units with knobs and I've had knobs come off even on that first time that I use them. So it's just, it's a difference in quality, right? So other than that, guys, you guys just have to check it out for yourselves in the sense of feeling it. And we know that the prices is one of the biggest things that you guys have mentioned about Skalarki prices. But guys, right now, if you take a look, 30% off on all their desktop line. And this is not just for the convention. This is on their website. It automatically applies. So 30% on all their units. So if you, for example, the overhead panel, $815. I mean, that's very competitive with all the other overhead panels that are out there. And for the quality that you get, it's almost a no-brainer. So with that being said, guys, we're going to cut off the video here. I don't think there's much else that's left to say or show. As always, we appreciate all the support. Thank you to the Skalarki Electronics team for bringing us out here to check out their latest and greatest products. This is almost a bad thing because now Captain Gonzo and I have some decisions to make on what we're going to buy next.
Yes.
We might show up home with a few things. But anyways, guys, we appreciate the support. Thank you so much. If you guys enjoyed this video or if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment below. Drop us a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more content like this one right here. So with that being said, Captain Flacco, we're signing out. Happy flights, safe landings, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.